So, Dr. Harshavardhan will be speaking on Harsha Nag, a new chopper in the town.
Hi everyone, welcome to all Harsha chopper. An ideal chopper should pierce the nucleus and give a good amount of lateral flex. There are various choppers which are available in the market. Among the bouquet, most commonly used are the Nagara chopper, the sharp inner cutting edge and a blunt tip. And some of us have been using a long, sharp chance chopper. So let's see what are the problems with these choppers. Nagara chopper, in the initial stages of your career, if you are not confident enough to go to the equator, it doesn't crack the posterior plate of the nucleus. So if the posterior plate of the nucleus is not cracked, the whole nucleus comes under the gap. So there are more chances of doing an anterior failure. By using a chance chopper, the tip is blunt, it can give nucleus drop like this. So I have decided to modify a long diagonal chance chopper just by bending 0.3 to 0.4 mm of the blade to the left side. So by doing this, sharpness of the chopper is maintained. This is how it looks under the microscope, whereas because of the lateral bend, it gives a good amount of lateral bend. So let's see in a great full cataract. See how easily it cracks the nucleus. A little bit harder cataract. After piercing the probe, see how easily it pierces the nucleus and there is a good amount of lateral traction. So the posterior plate of the nucleus is easily. Rotate the nucleus, pierce the probe, repeat the procedure 180 degrees apart on the posterior plates. See how easily it gives a good amount of lateral action and it cracks or chops the nucleus. I am doing a direct chop here. So I chop the nucleus into 4 pieces. Because the tip is blunt, the resistance for damage to the posterior capsule rotation of the nucleus is very easy. Yes, the lateral bend gives a good amount of lateral action. This is in grade 5 nucleus. See how easily it pierces the nucleus and see the amount of lateral action it is giving. So just by a simple modification of past lighter, lesser grades of cataract, it is like a butter knife passing through the. See how easily it passes. Thank you.
So no patency, no legal issues. Anybody can bend and use the chopper. Thank you.
Basically, you turned it on the which side?
Left side.
Left side.
Yeah, I'm a right-handed surgeon, so I'll be chopping with my left hand.
Okay.
So for a good amount of lateral traction and piercing the hard nucleus easily, the sharpness is maintained and the bend gives the good amount of traction to separate the hard cataracts, fibers of the hard cataract, especially in leathery cataract.
So how does this bend helps bending the things?
Bending mainly gives us, because of the hard cataract, the bend goes and sticks into the hardness of the nucleus. So just by easily we can pull the nucleus apart. So the posterior plate is cracked in cases of leathery cataracts. The main intention is to crack the posterior plate, so in hard cataracts.
But when you are piercing it, if it has a straight tip, then pierces easily.
You are not bending it more than 90 degrees, madam. It's bent just 30 to 40 degrees, so the piercing is not affected.
So maybe when you are piercing it, you have to do it at an angle and then make it straight.
Yeah, it's a diagonal chopper with a sharp cutting edge and a sharp tip. So just 30 degrees bend will pierce the nucleus. It doesn't affect. If it was more than 90 degrees, definitely it would have affected the bend, piercing.
Even when our choppers bend a little bit, actually we find it difficult to chop actually.
Okay.
But here you are deliberately.
No, sir. It's been working very well because of the sharpness of the long 2.5 millimeter modified Chang's chopper with the inner cutting edge also. Okay. The tip has to be maintained, and because of the bend, because of the handling of the assistants also, even if it falls and all, the tip sharpness is maintained.
Lost.
In this.
Okay, here it's maintained.
Maintained.
Dr. Harsha, in my opinion, I think keeping one sharp tip is sufficient, and if you can modify our technique, then we just hold it firmly and then we can even split with the Sinsky hook. There is no need to put another sharp thing, and it's like a nag. You are keeping a one cobra inside the eye, because we need to go underneath the rhexis, and for a moment you are not visualizing the tip, where the tip is going. So sometime it can create, but in your hand it works.
Here we will not go to the equator, sir. You can diagonally pierce it, just before the rhexis margin.
That's why I asked, if you hold it firmly and you keep the hold firmly, and then you can split even with the
you can do it even with the Sinsky hook in experienced hands, but the bend gives a good amount of lateral traction. The force required to separate it laterally is reduced because of the bend. That's the main intention of bending it.
Yeah, so it means we can also tilt a Sinsky also, so that we can get the advantage of that.
The piercing will be a little difficult. Yes. In our part of the country, we have two sickles for gardening. One is a straight sickle and one is a bent sickle. The straight sickle is for just growing, whereas the bent is to remove the mud around the trees. So the removing the mud or the piercing the substance is easier in this case.
Thank you.
Thank you.